Hello everyone, I'm Video Game Hazard, back for some more Pokemon Fire Red. In the last episode, we defeated Sabrina, the Psychic-type gym leader of Saffron City. And this time, we're gonna make preparations to head south of Fuchsia City. But first, I need to head back into the Safari Zone. A few episodes ago, when I was collecting a few items that we could obtain with Surf, I forgot to come back here, because there are actually two items for us. This nugget, and a hidden leaf stone. I am immediately going to sell that nugget, and I would highly recommend buying as many Ultra Balls as you can. Well, if you plan on doing what I'm doing. I would also highly recommend bringing along a Pokemon with the move Strength, like this Raticate I have right here. I put Spike in the PC temporarily so that I could do that. But with all that out of the way, we're gonna head south onto Route 19 and start fighting some trainers here. I have to exercise and warm up before going out for a swim. While I was making those preparations, I also decided to give Attenboro those 3 calciums I had obtained previously. So now its special attack should be a little better. Not quite as good as its attack, but in the long run, its special attack is going to be a lot more helpful. This guy has a tentacle here, nothing we haven't seen before. Just going to have Jeremy slash it to death. And let me guess, you have another one of those. Oh, you actually have a shelter. We're changing it up a bit. Shocker. I usually expect the fishermen and the swimmers to have very samey teams, but I guess this one wants to be a little original. Fine by me. You'll go down to 2 bullet seeds no matter what, so that works for me. And that guy is done. And what do you have to say for yourself, Richard? All warmed up. For what exactly? I kind of just destroyed you. Maybe you want to fight this guy? Wait, slow down, you'll have a heart attack. I sure hope not. Heart issues tend to run in my family, so I'd really like to avoid that. Summer Reese has a Goldeen here. We're just gonna use Bullet Seed again. I have to say, it's nice to be able to use Jeremy again more regularly now that we're fighting a bunch of water types. I wanted to use it a little more in the Saffron Gym, but it just kept running into issues for the most part. So I'm glad that Jeremy finally gets some more use again, because it's been a while since he's been like a true star player of the team. I can take this Fury attack pretty well, all things considered. Now I can finish you off with a Slash, because I don't feel like using more Bullet Seed PP right now. I don't know, I just don't. Now you have a Horsey. I guess that's nothing too out of the ordinary. Heal with Leftovers. And we're gonna Bullet Seed you. Oh, Twister. I don't know if we've seen that before. That's actually a Dragon-type move. It's rather weak, though, only 40 power, so it's usually not a threat. Especially since Dragon-type moves are only super effective on other Dragon types. But it is neutral on most types, so it may be something you have to watch out for. But with Twister, it's really not much of a big deal at all. Alright, now you're using a Staryu. Can we just do a 1-turn Bullet Seed again? That would be nice. You're gonna use Bubble Beam. Okay. Now Bullet Seed. Oh, that's gonna need 3, I think. Oh, maybe 4. Oh, never mind. We got the high roll. We're good. 3 was all I needed. And we defeated that guy. Ooh, that's chilly. Okay, so now that these guys are out of the way, Sea Route 19, Fuchsia City to Seafoam Islands. We can finally surf down here, hooray! And we have a lot more swimmers to deal with. I look at the sea to forget all the bad things that happened. What bad things? Like, in the world or in your life? Do I even want to know? I don't know. Swimmer Tony, let me shoot your horsey. Maybe he was talking about a future event, and this is that event. Me gunning down his horsey. And whatever else he has. I don't know. Maybe this swimmer is secretly a psychic. Who am I to say? What else do you have? Another horsey. Big shocker. And we heal. And we shoot some more. 1 and 2. Just like old times. When Bullet Seed was our primary method of attacking with Jeremy. Oh, traumatic. Ah, so he was talking about that. Two experience away from level up? You've got to be kidding me. I had a feeling it was that close, but I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to say anything. I tried diving for Pokemon, but it was a no-go. I'm probably going to cut most of these trainer battles, but I figured I'd show at least the first few. Other than that, Swimmer David here didn't really have much to him. So let's continue on. I do actually want to switch. Actually, no, we'll leave Jeremy in the front for now. He was falling behind before, so I don't want him to fall behind again by switching someone else into the front. So yeah, we'll have Jeremy take care of things for now. And Swimmer Douglas has also been defeated. Glub. Oh no, I hope you're not drowning, dude. I guess one thing I could talk about while we're going through this whole sea route is that, there are sea routes like this throughout the Pokemon series. I'm not usually a fan of them. Luckily, this game doesn't have very many of those. It's basically just 2. But other regions will have, like, 4 or 5, and, like, I just don't like dealing with sea routes for the most part, because, you know, you have to run into wild Pokemon often. I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't run into one yet. But, and they're just long, and everything kind of looks the same with, you know, just a deep blue ocean and only rocks as, like, the border for the map. So, yeah, sea routes are not something I typically enjoy in Pokemon games, but here it's not so bad. The Kanto sea routes are fairly short, and like I said, there's only 2 of them, so they're not too much of a nuisance. But, it's a general nitpick for the Pokemon series as a whole. And could this Poliwhirl please take an attack? No, I'm just gonna keep falling asleep, apparently. We love that. Alright, I guess, I haven't used the Pokeflute in a while, might as well do that. Where is it? There it is. Dun 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 dun. Terrible singing. Now, let's Giga Drain you. After I heal. Which partially defeats the purpose of Giga Drain, but whatever. I need a strong move to use right now. Rain Dance is not going to help you, Poliwhirl. This should be a one-shot. I hope. And it is! Yay! So down you go. 420 experience. We love that. Belly flop. Well, that sounds painful. Let's see. Are there any more trainers around here? I thought I did fight that guy, I think. Oh, we have a double battle here. Yeah, I'll lead with Blitz and Jeremy. Oh, I have to be directly next to them. I'm looking after my brother. He just became a trainer. Well, good for him. I didn't become one until I was 10, apparently. But this kid looks like he's barely 5. Whatever. They have a Goldeen and a Sea King. I guess the Pokemon run in the family. Let's do a Bullet Seed on the Goldeen and a Thunderbolt on the Sea King. And hopefully those are both one-shots. Well, technically the Bullet Seed won't, but whatever. It'll be one turn, hopefully. Horn attack. And you got yourself paralyzed. Nice. So Bullet Seed. 1, 2, and that was only 2. Great. Whatever, we'll do that again. Can a Thief just take you out? It could. Cool. That works for me. Finally getting some use out of that, because I haven't really been able to use it much. To good effect, at least. Anyway, double battle over. Oh, we have a whole squad of swimmers here. Ahoy there! These waters are treacherous! Interesting thing, this guy actually has the evolution of Tentacruel. Gonna have Attenboro deal with this, because Psychic will be super effective. And I'm 10 levels above it, if I could get words out properly. So I'm not really worried about it at all. But it is actually a pretty decent Pokemon, if you know how to use it right. Maybe I'll use it one day. I don't know. I haven't actually in any playthrough, but whatever. And that guy has been defeated. I'm probably just gonna fight the rest of these trainers completely off screen. Swimming's great, sunburns aren't. Alright, with these 4 trainers out of the way, I do actually want to talk about the new Pokemon that you can find over here. I guess it also applies to Route 20, because it can also be caught here. I would really like it to show up. There we go. The only surf encounter here is Tentacle, which you can finally catch. I really would have thought you'd be able to catch it sooner, but apparently not. Can I just... I think it's probably best if I put you to sleep. Nope. No shakes at all. And you wake up. Okay, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Another fine addition to my collection. Get in the PC, Tentacle. Bye-bye. Okay, now with that Tentacle out of the way, and, poison that needs to be healed, now we can head on to Route 20 and fight more trainers. Yay! Oh, this person has a Cloyster. This is the evolution of Shelder. It has gained the Ice type since evolving, which makes it a lot more versatile, although it's just going to use Protect here and be annoying. Really, you're going to try for that twice in a row? Okay, then you deserve this Full Force Thunderbolt. Get out of here. Thought you might show something interesting, but I guess not. Anyway, Swimmer Berry's done. Splash. Man, these guys only give me chump change. 124 Pokédollars is not very much at all. Why are you riding a Pokemon? Can't you swim? See, I would if I could, but the laws of the world of Pokemon forbid me from swimming on my own. I require Pokemon, so I will ride on my prehistoric lizard, who I really should be using more in these battles, but whatever. I will soon enough. It's starting to catch up in levels, so we will be able to use Attenboro regularly pretty soon. Yeah, I'm cutting the rest of this battle. Except to show that we have another new Pokemon here, Seadra. This is Shocker, the evolution of Horsea. It's still just a pure water type. It is stronger, I swear. But, yeah, it does also have an additional evolution, but that is not available until the post-game, since it was not in the original Red and Blue. So, we'll have to see that another time. Possibly in a future game. Anyway, those were the only Pokemon of note that Swimmer Darren here had. Again, literal chump change that you're giving me. I want more prize money from you. Is that too much to ask for? Are you guys really all that cheap? Come on. Alright, do you give me more money? No. You're all cheap. Whatever. I'm gonna take this opportunity to finally switch Attenboro into the front. And I'm also gonna take the experience share off of it in exchange for the leftovers, because it has high HP, and this will mean that it can just take a bunch of hits, which would be really nice. I took that second leftovers off of Spike, who I will have to find another item for later on. Oh, something else I forgot to mention earlier is that there are no items on this route. Well, on Route 19 there are no items. On Route 20 there are, but we'll have to go through the Seafoam Islands here in order to get those. Actually, are you a trainer? Let me see. You are, in fact, a trainer. I love floating with the fishes here among the waves. Well, good for you. Let's have my Lapras take on your team. Why not? You've got a Sea King. Cool, cool, cool. Let's, you know what? Let's actually try Rain Dance here. I don't want to use only Psychic on these water types, because that's my only move that's neutral against water types, because Surf and Ice Beam are both not very effective. But if I use Rain Dance here, I can get a bit of a power boost on my water moves, so that I don't have to solely rely on Psychic. So let's give a Surf a try here. See how much that does. That's gonna do not even half. Cool. I guess I'll have to do 2 and then an Ice Beam to finish it off, maybe? Let's try that. Surf number 2. Your Supersonic missed me. Oh, and that was a crit! Nice! Okay, I didn't even need the extra Ice Beam chip. Cool. And that was some good experience. Youch! Yeah, I bet that hurt, having your fish somehow drown. Alright, I guess we can head into Seafoam Islands now, then. I don't think there's anything else just before it. So this is Seafoam Islands, and yet another dungeon that we'll have to tackle. And the first thing you're going to notice here is that you can find Psyduck here without having to fish. Hooray! But that's not actually what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say was that you have Strength Boulders here, which is why I recommended bringing a Strength user. But the Seafoam Islands has quite a lot to it, and I think it might be better to save this for next time. So on the next episode of Pokemon Fire Red, we're going to explore the Seafoam Island cave and see if there are any surprises waiting for us. See you guys then.